Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Beautiful You. Today's video, we're going to be talking about masterpiece perfumes. So, masterpiece, that is a strong word, I feel like, and I don't like to throw that word around all willy-nilly. I like to be serious about that. If I am labeling something as a masterpiece, then I really feel strongly that it is supposed to be in this category. So, of course, it's very subjective. Perfume is art, art is subjective, and our opinions on what a masterpiece is and what isn't are going to vary. So some of these fragrances you might not think are masterpieces, but to me, they absolutely are. So what was the criteria that I used to actually label a fragrance as a masterpiece? First of all, the fragrance has to be something that moves me, like a masterpiece painting. It has to move me emotionally. It has to give me a wow factor. It just has to make me say, wow, when I smell it. This is something unique, or this is something that was innovative for its time. No one had really done anything like this at the time that it came out. It just has to have some sort of blow my mind wow factor. It has to be good quality, and of course the performance. That's important for me. The performance absolutely has to be there as well. It doesn't have to be a screamer perfume, but it has to have decent performance. To me, a fragrance is not a masterpiece, even if it smells amazing. If I can barely smell it or it only lasts 2 hours, that's not a masterpiece in my opinion. So the performance has to be there in order to qualify. Now, I love all the perfumes that I have in my collection. I have narrowed my perfume collection down to loves at this point, but true masterpiece perfumes, for me to actually say, yes, this has everything that I need to actually call it that, a masterpiece, I only found 8. Again, I have many fragrances that I absolutely love, but I just didn't feel right putting them in this video. It's not really that serious, it's just perfume, but you know what I mean. I didn't want to just put any fragrance in here, so I have 8. Normally I like to do even, 8 is even, in even number, but I like to do 10. I like to do my top 10 masterpiece, 10 this, 10 that, but I wasn't going to just pick out 2 more to give me 10 fragrances. Genuinely, I had 8, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about my 8 masterpiece perfumes that I have in my collection, in my opinion. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. Thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail today. I truly appreciate you being here, and to my returning subscribers, thank you guys. I appreciate you so, so much. And if you watch this video and you find it helpful and you like it, I hope you will consider subscribing, become part of the family. I would love to have you. This is a positive, non-judgmental, happy channel, and everybody is welcome. So if you are interested in seeing my 8 masterpiece perfumes, then just keep on watching. All right, guys, so I do have 2 from the same house. 2 from the same house. We're going to start with that. We're going to start with, from the house of Argos, this is Fall of Phaeton. This fragrance is a masterpiece in my opinion because it is so incredibly unique. And I remember I had a sample of this. The first time that I smelled this fragrance, I was like, whoa. I had that wow. Oh my gosh, I've never smelled anything like it. It's truly a unique fragrance. It's very complex. It has a ton of notes in it, and it is very difficult to explain what this smells like. And it's just one of those smells that you could just keep smelling to try to figure out what it is that you're smelling. It is difficult to explain. So let's talk about the notes. Top, you have bergamot, lemon, cardamom, pink peppercorn, and ginger. I do get a citrusy lemon with lots of spice. I get the cardamom, I get the ginger in here for sure. So there's a spicy, lemony, citrusy kick to the opening. And then middle notes, you have labdanum. I believe there's some lavender. There's some woody notes in the mid, which I do pick up on, the woodiness. There's a woody feel to this fragrance. And then base notes, you have musk and leather. I definitely pick that up. You get tonka bean and vanilla for sure. That makes sense to me. I get a vanilla dry down for sure, but not a gourmand vanilla. This is a sophisticated, high quality, super formal smelling vanilla. And the leather in here is definitely present. There's a dark base to this fragrance, but it's not over the top. It's not thick leather. It's not harsh leather. It's very, very smooth. It almost kind of smells more like suede to me than leather. This is perfectly unisex in my opinion. I really feel like anyone can wear this. It doesn't really lean one way or another. The bottle is absolutely beautiful. I did pay for this one with my own money. They did not send me this one. As soon as I smelled the sample, I knew I needed to get a bottle of it. However, I will say that this is not the easiest fragrance for me to wear. For me, this is a very fall winter fragrance for sure. Absolutely cannot wear this in the summertime. It's a really good performing fragrance. Like I said, that had to be one of the criteria to make it in the masterpiece perfume area, but I just don't see myself wanting to wear this or reaching for this fragrance all the time. Like I said, it is very complex. So I felt like this smaller bottle was good. I definitely wanted it in my collection because it's just amazing, and it's unique, and it's super complex. It is a piece of art. The bottle's a piece of art. The fragrance is a piece of art. The whole thing is just a masterpiece in my opinion, and I love it. I'm going to be more in the mood to wear this in the fall and winter for sure. But yeah, there's just something very, if you're into fragrances that are unique, that you're not going to find anywhere else, that are super complex, definitely get your nose on this one. Don't blind buy it though. It's not a safe blind buy. This is not going to be for everyone. You need to try this first. You can get samples from Argos's website. You don't have to blind buy, and it is definitely worth getting your nose on for sure. So this is by the House of Argos, Fall of Phaeton. Okay, no one's going to be surprised by this one. I've been telling you guys this is one of my favorite fragrances in my collection, and I think that this is a masterpiece. I thought it was a masterpiece when I first got it. I bought this one with my own money as well, and I still think it's an absolute fantastic masterpiece. This is Triumph of Bacchus by the House of Argos. Beautiful, beautiful bottle. Again, it is art in a bottle, or the bottle is art and the juice is art as well. But look at the color of the juice. It's so rich looking. It's so beautiful. This has rum, so it is boozy. You've got to be into boozy fragrances. If you don't like rum, I definitely pick rum up in here. There's peach, green apple, and saffron. I don't pick up peach, but I definitely get the green apple, and I love that because I'm a huge apple fan in my fragrances, and I definitely get the saffron. So if you don't like saffron, you're not going to like this. There's tonka bean, patchouli, vetiver, jasmine, tobacco. I get lots and lots of the tobacco, but it doesn't smell smoky to me. I don't get a smokiness. This smells like sweet, unlit tobacco. No smoky. Not for me. Vanilla, amber, sandalwood, and musk. It's very warm. It's rich. It's warm. Lots of vanilla, lots of tobacco, lots of saffron, rum, and green apple. That's mostly what I pick up on. It's so fantastic. Now, the key to this fragrance for me is to not spray very many sprays. I've made the mistake of overspraying this fragrance, and then it chokes me out. It is a powerful scent, and it's too much. It's too much if I overspray it, and then I don't end up liking it. But if I only do a few sprays, the scent trail is a freaking masterpiece. It's a masterpiece, and I've gotten tons of compliments on this fragrance. Again, this is a fall winter scent for me. I really don't wear this perfume right now in the hot weather, but wow, this is rich and fantastic. It's fantastic. It makes me so happy, and it made me just say, oh wow. And it still makes me say, oh wow, every time I smell it. It's my favorite tobacco scent I have ever smelled, and I adore this fragrance. So this is by the House of Argos, Triumph of Bacchus. All right, this next fragrance blew my socks off. I actually got sent this in PR, and I remember being very nervous when they were sending it to me because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it because it has notes in it that can be challenging for me. But this was love at first sniff. My husband and I opened it up, and I was kind of nervous, and I sprayed it, and both my husband and I were like, wow. I mean, it is a wow factor perfume, absolutely. This is by the House of Tomovich, and this is Zenobia. You guys, this perfume needs to be talked about more. This is so good. I cannot stress enough how fantastic this scent is. It truly is a masterpiece in my opinion. So top notes, you have blackcurrant and orange blossom. I wouldn't know there was blackcurrant in here. I don't really pick that up. I do get a floral orange blossom feel to the opening of the fragrance. I don't really get a fruitiness though. Yeah, I'm just not picking up blackcurrant. There's vanilla, jasmine, orchid, and Turkish rose. I do pick up that florally. I mean, I guess I wouldn't really specifically be able to say, hey, there's rose in here. I really just get a floral, you know, orange blossom. I think I'd be able to tell you that there's jasmine in here, but it's not over the top. If you don't like white florals, like heady white florals, it is not like that at all. There's nothing heady about the florals in here. It just smells like a beautiful, smooth floral mixture in the opening. There's lots of vanilla in here. Definitely pick that up. It's ambery. It's warm. There's some saffron. I definitely get that. And then there's leather and oud and cedarwood in the base. Now, I usually love cedarwood, but leather and oud, usually I can handle one. If it's a smooth leather or a smooth oud, I can usually handle that. But you put the two together and add saffron in, usually that's a little bit too much for me, but not in here. This is the smoothest, most beautiful fragrance. I swear it's so smooth. Everything is blended to absolute perfection. There are no sharp edges in here whatsoever. It reminds me a lot of the base of La Capitale. Now, these two fragrances are not the same. They smell very, very different. La Capitale is very strawberry, caramel, but it has a leather oud base that's smooth. This beats that by a lot, actually. The smoothness of it, that leather oud. I guess the reason why they remind me of each other is because I'm surprised that I like the leather and oud in La Capitale from Xerjoff, but somehow it works for me because it's not overpowering and it's very smooth and easy to wear. This is even smoother, even smoother. So if you're like me and you're not sure about leather and oud, don't let that scare you from this. This is another fall winter fragrance. I guess I don't have any summertime masks. Do I have any summertime? No. I don't have any perfumes you could really wear in the heat. I don't know, maybe it's those thicker, darker, heavier perfumes that I personally view as masterpiece fragrances, and the performance is outstanding. This is definitely worth getting your nose on. It's not going to be for everyone. It's not a safe blind buy. Some people aren't going to like it. You know, that's the way perfumes go. But get a sample. Definitely get your nose on it for sure. So this is by the House of Tomovich Zenobia. Okay, this is a talked about fragrance to death. We've all talked about this fragrance to death, but there's no way that I could do a masterpiece video without having this in here, because to me this is truly a masterpiece. This is by Parfums Delina Exclusif. Now, a lot of people would put the original OG Delina in here, and I agree with that. Now, here's the thing. The OG Delina isn't my favorite because I don't like the harsh, it's a harsh rhubarb note to me. It's a little too tart for me. It's sour on my skin. I prefer Delina Exclusif. However, I would agree that Delina is a masterpiece because it was so innovative for its time. There was no perfume like Delina. Now there's a million different Delina copies out there, but Delina was innovative. There was nothing like Delina when Delina came out. And so if somebody put Delina in a masterpiece perfume, even though it's not my favorite, I would say yes, I agree with that. I prefer Delina Exclusif, and I also think this is a masterpiece as well. This is beautiful. This was my first niche fragrance, and I still love this fragrance. It is in my top 10 for life. I will always have this in my collection. It is a genuine love for me. Every time I smell it, it's like just wow. You know, nothing really has ever beat this. Like I said, there's lots of copies out there, but Delina Exclusif is where it's at. So this has lychee, pear, and bergamot in the opening. Very fruity, delicious type of opening. And then you have rose, obviously. There's some oud and incense in here, which I do slightly pick up on, but it's barely there for me. It just kind of gives it a little bit of a depth. I guess if I just smelled this and I didn't know the notes, I would never be like, oh, that's oud, you know? I don't really pick up oud, but I pick up a depth to the fragrance. There's tons and tons of vanilla. There's amber and some woody notes. I get a ton of vanilla. This dries down to be pretty powdery on me, and it is just stunning. Stunning. We all know about Delina Exclusif, but I really do think this is a masterpiece, innovative for its time, and a trendsetter for sure. So this is by Parfums de Marly, Delina Exclusif. All right, another one. This is iconic at this point and had to be in here. Whether you love this perfume or not, there is no denying that this is iconic and still a perfume that is being sold, one of the best sellers out there to this day. When you have a perfume that is still one of the best sellers out of all the perfumes out there, even to this day, that is classic, masterpiece, iconic level. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. Now I have the intense version, but Coco Mademoiselle, the OG Coco Mademoiselle is what I'm talking about. This is the intense version because I decluttered the OG just because I slightly personally prefer the intense version. They pretty much smell the same, but the intense version has more patchouli and more vanilla. But Coco Mademoiselle is still selling. People are still wearing this. People still love this. It's iconic. It's classic. Even someone who doesn't know much about perfumes is gonna know about Coco Mademoiselle. You could go up to a random person on the street and ask them if they've ever heard of Coco Mademoiselle, and they're going to say yes. You'd have to live on another planet to not know about this fragrance. And when you get to that level of fame, there's just no denying there's something about it. And while I don't feel that this is unique anymore because it's so popular and you can kind of smell it, you know, I've smelled this on other people before when I've gone out. I have a patient, one of my favorite patients. This is her signature scent. She smells so good every time she comes into the office. But anyway, it's one of those fragrances. It's not unique. You smell it now. When you go out, you can smell it on people. But when it came out, it was unique and innovative for its time, and it set the bar for other fragrances, in my opinion. It's just so good. It's classy, it's timeless, it's elegant, it's just beautiful no matter what. No matter what year it is, no matter how old this perfume gets, I feel like it just remains to be beautiful. So this is by Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. Okay, another fragrance that I just realized that I thought of this fragrance as a masterpiece not too long ago. I never really thought of it as a masterpiece until recently, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, this is something special. And it's so hard to explain what this fragrance smells like, but it's phenomenal, and it's a little underrated in my opinion. I feel like I don't hear enough people talking about it. This is by the House of Initio, and this is Psychedelic Love. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I love this perfume so much, and it came close to making my top 10 for life as well. This was definitely a contender for me. It is so good. It's one of those fragrances that you could wear any place, anytime, anywhere, and it works. You can dress it up, you can dress it down, you could wear it out for casual occasions, but it is absolutely appropriate for something formal and fancy at the same time. It's unique. I really can't describe it all that well, and I feel like there's nothing out there that really truly smells like this. It also has amazing performance, but it is not overpowering. It's one of those fragrances that will last throughout the day, and you'll be able to smell it, you'll get wafts of it, but it'll never choke anyone out. So like you could wear it on a fancy date night, and you could also wear it to church. Either one would be appropriate. It's like perfect for any occasion. It's beautiful. It's so well done. So the top notes, you have ylang ylang and bergamot. I do pick up on that yellow floral feel. And then there's heliotrope, and there's some other florals in here as well. The floral I pick up on is the heliotrope. There's a powderiness to this fragrance that I definitely get. And then the base is where it's at. The base is myrrh and sandalwood, and there's something so fantastic about the myrrh and the sandalwood combo in here. I've had other myrrh fragrances in my collection, and I've actually decluttered them because even though I liked them a lot, when it comes to a myrrh fragrance, I don't want to wear anything else but this. When I'm in the mood for myrrh, Psychedelic Love. That's it. Nothing has beat this for me when it comes to myrrh. And the myrrh and the sandalwood, it gives this creamy, yet woody, yet balsamic dry down without it being overpowering. So good. I love this. This was my first Initio, and I just fell in love with it. But it didn't dawn on me just how special this perfume was, like I said, until recently. I truly think this is a masterpiece. It's just so well blended. It's so well done. It smells so high quality. And like I said, I can't think of anything else that is truly like this fragrance. So this is by Initio Psychedelic Love. Okay guys, I never in a million years would have thought that I'd put a rose oud perfume in this category. I don't even like, I typically don't like oud, you guys. Oud can be really tough for me. Barnyard, skanky kind of oud, or just like, sometimes it can smell like rubbing alcohol to me. And that rose oud combo, that scent profile is not my favorite until I smelled this. This is by the House of Benigna, and this is Worthiness. This is actually a mistake. The brand reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try some of their fragrances, and I picked this one, but I thought it was something else. And I asked for the wrong one. And then when I realized what they were sending to me, I was like, oh no, this is gonna be a disaster. I hate rose oud fragrances. I'm so happy. What a happy mistake. What a happy mistake this was, because I could not believe how much I love this. Like I said, this is not my scent profile, but there is something magical about this fragrance. So there's orris, there's oud, patchouli, there's some cinnamon in here, which I do slightly pick up on, and I'm a big fan of cinnamon. I usually, if I see cinnamon in a fragrance, I'm probably gonna like it. There is vanilla, tonka bean, pimento leaf. There's a little bit of a spice to it. And then rose. Now this is not your typical rose oud. The rose is not overly rosy in here. It's there, but it's not the star of the show. The oud is definitely the star of the show in here, but to me the oud is an oud that I can wear. I can get behind this kind of oud. The quality is fantastic. The smoothness is fantastic. And like I said, there's nothing skanky to my nose. This is the kind of oud that I like. And I've actually put quite a dent in this fragrance. I mean, like I said, I can't stress this enough. This is not my scent profile, but wow, wow, this is special. And look at the bottle, you guys. This bottle is a masterpiece as well. The bottle itself is a masterpiece. The performance is really, really good. This is by the House of Benigna. This is Worthiness. All right, and last but definitely not least is by the House of Guerlain, and this is Angelique Noir. Again, not my scent profile. Okay, I love vanilla, but Angelica, there's Angelica in the opening of this fragrance and in the base. I am not a green person. I do not like herbaceous, aromatic, green, plant, bitter, sharp, harsh notes, okay? That's not my thing. Things that smell like plants, trees, leaves, grass, bamboo. No. I run for the hills. My first real experience with green notes is when I was pretty new to the whole scent journey, and people were raving about Sintra, and they were saying it smelled like Love Don't Be Shy. So I got a sample and I was super excited and couldn't wait to smell it. And there's a very strong pedigree note that runs through that fragrance, and I felt betrayed. I felt lied to. I felt horrified. I couldn't scrub that fragrance off of me fast enough. I absolutely despised it. I didn't know what I was smelling because I didn't know that much about fragrances yet, or the notes. And I'm like, what is that note? Like, what is that smell? It's so bitter, and I hated it. And then I found out later it was petitgreen, and it burned into my brain that I hate green notes. So it took me a very, very long time to try Angelique Noir because I assumed I would hate it. I just thought, no way, I'm not gonna like that Angelica, no way. Got a sample of it and fell in love. This is a masterpiece. This isn't, normally I'm like, okay, you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. It's subjective, but you have to agree with me on this one. I'm telling you, this is a fact. I'm kidding. It's not a fact. It's just my opinion. But to me, this is a masterpiece. In the opening, you have Angelica, pear, and pink pepper. I definitely pick up the Angelica and the pear, but it is not bitter. I could smell this all day. How many times have I taken the cap off and smelled this since I started talking about it? I can't stop. It's so good. It's very smooth. It's not bitter. It's not harsh. Yes, it has a green vibe to it, but it is so smooth. And the contrast between the green and the vanilla goes together like they were supposed to be together, like they're soulmates, okay? And then in the mid, you have jasmine, caraway. Base notes, you have vanilla, more and angelica, and then cedar. There's a woody vanilla base to this for sure. The vanilla in here is outstanding. It's fantastic. And I get good performance out of this as well. It's not super loud. It doesn't scream, but I don't struggle with this one like I do. Spiritus Double Vanille is also one that I would consider a masterpiece if the performance was better. But the performance isn't there, so I don't consider that one a masterpiece. The scent is a masterpiece, but the performance is not. This one I get much, much better performance out of. It's gorgeous. Plus the bottle is gorgeous. Isn't the bottle? These bottles are stunning, in my opinion. And I have my fingerprints all over it. But whatever. It's just a very well-loved perfume, okay? I adore this one. I wear this one to special occasions like anniversaries and birthdays and things like that because it's just so special, in my opinion. Definitely don't blind buy it. Get your nose on it if you have not smelled it, but just fantastic green woody vanilla scent with some pear. Beautiful. So that is by the House of Guerlain, Angelique, Noir. All right, you guys, that's it for today's video. If you liked it and you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, do not forget to comment in the comment section and let me know what fragrances you have in your collection that you think are absolute masterpieces. I would love to hear from you. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope everybody is having an amazing day. Hopefully, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.